All right, every time I post a new build, the comments are always the same thing. So today I found one that might actually change your mind. A brand new DR Horton community in Winchester with zero HOA. Let's go look. Hey, if you're new to this channel, my name is Christian Medina. I cover new construction across the Inland Empire, real pricing, no fluff. Let's get into the first home. So where exactly is this? We are in Winchester. Now I gotta admit, driving up here, it's pretty desolate. It's a lot of empty space, a lot of mountains around, but I know that in maybe the next 10, 15, maybe even 20 years, this will be all filled out. So like I mentioned, we're in Winchester, California, right in the pocket between Temecula, Murrieta, and Menifee, which if you've been watching the channel, you know it's one of the fastest growing corners of the Inland Empire right now. So this is Sycamore at Canterwood, a brand new DR Horton community, 128 single family homes total, part of the larger master plan Canterwood neighborhood. Now, before we get into the houses, let's talk about what you're actually buying into here. On site, you've got a park, a playground, walking and nature trails, and this one's big for a lot of you, RV size parking. More than half the home sites in this community are oversized lots. If you caught my Lake Elsinore video at Serene, you know I love massive yards, and this community has a bunch of them. DR Horton's also adding a brand new park nearby, Valley Wild Park, and a basketball court, a softball field, soccer fields, a playground, and picnic space. So this whole area is only getting more built out from here. Zoom out a little further and you've got Lake Skinner Recreational Center for fishing and hiking, plus Winchester Trails Community Park and Shadow Mountain Park close by. So real quick, if you had to pick one of these three, Winchester, Menifee, or Murrieta, which one's it for you? Drop it in the comments below. I want to see what you all say. Now let's get inside these homes. All right, now let's check out these models. Now they're only featuring 2 out of 3 floor plans that they have. The only one that's not available to see as a model is the actual one with the multi-gen, which is the one I was really preferring to go see because of the whole time multi-generational living. So you got that, you know, that ADU within the home, but they're not modeling that home. Okay, so they have a 2-story and a single story that we're going to see today. Okay, so we're going to start off with the smaller one first, which is going to be the single story residence. This is the residence 2307. This one is 2,307 square feet, 4 bedrooms plus a den, 3 bathrooms, 2-car garage, and as I mentioned earlier, it's a single story home, which is cool. You don't see too many of these being built nowadays. Everything is stacked into 2 stories, or sometimes, you know, the builders, they'll buy these lots that are meant for condos and they'll build single family residence. The average lot size here is about 7,000 square feet. The biggest one that they have that the sales agent can remember is about 8,000 square feet. So these are you know, large homes and large lots. So let's take a look at this one again. 2,307 square feet. So as you come in, you have either about an 8-foot, 9-foot door. It's pretty high. You got your Ring doorbell here, and we'll come in and check out this hallway. This hallway is, man, it goes all the way deep, and it just gives it a nice presence as you come in. So imagining you welcoming your family, this is like the first thing they'll see is the long hallway that leads over to the great room. But before we make it to the great room, we're gonna start here with the bedrooms and the den, okay? So once you come in, you make your left, you're gonna see the den right away. But before we enter the den, we're gonna see the bedroom number 1. All right, so let's walk this through. High ceiling on this one, windows, large windows here for daylight. A good walk-in closet, let's go check that out real quick. Okay, it's almost like a step-in closet, but not bad here not a bad size for this room here, for your first secondary room. So you see the ceiling nice and high. That's the thing with these new homes too, is that sometimes these rooms are standard. And by standard, I mean the 10 by 10, 12 by 12, 10 by 12, those rooms. But if you ever looked at those older homes, they had lower ceilings, so it made it feel more tight. But these new homes, they have these 8-foot, 9-foot ceilings, and it just feels a lot bigger. All right, let's walk over here to the den. So right next door to this bedroom, you have the den here. So you have a good sized den. You can hang your TV over here. So you can set a sectional seat here, or 2 seats like they have here. You have your TV here again, or this can be turned into an office. Pretty much anything you want it to be. You have a nice big window here for natural lighting. And you have a spot here for storage. It's a little closet. With this one, maybe too, even if you bought it with the den, if you enclose that, make another doorway, this could legally be a 5th bedroom because it has a closet. We're gonna make a left here. This is gonna take you to the 1st bathroom. So you got your double sinks, and it's a full bath. And this one goes all the way deep. Let's see how many feet it goes in. You go 1, 2, 3, 4, about 8 feet deep before you hit the actual tub. So you got your tub here. Gonna turn this around. And again, your double sinks, the large mirror. Here is going to be your bedroom number 2. And again, it's a good size. So same concept, high ceilings, big windows for natural lighting, and you got your closet over here. The cool thing about these homes here is that mostly everything you'll see here, as far as quartz countertops, in the kitchen, it's already included. So a lot of it's included. So the flooring, you're gonna have some kind of laminate here. You're gonna have carpeting in the bedrooms. But most things here are included. Okay, so now we're gonna make a left here. I love this hallway, guys. I mean, and the addition of the mirrors here just makes it look even bigger. So before we go there, we're gonna make a right, and then we make a left here, and you have bathroom number 2. So it's a good size bathroom. Behind this, you're gonna have your garage. So this one comes with epoxy flooring, but a 2-car garage. So if you guys are ever pulling in, you come out through this door, and then you walk over here to your kitchen area. Here is bedroom number 3, and this one is a lot bigger than the first 2 that were already a good size, but this one's nice. Good size bedroom. There's your window, your closet space. So it's a good size room. So this is a full-size bed. And let's finally make it over to the great room, is where all the entertainment happens. Okay, so look how this opens up. High ceilings, it's arched at the top with that wooden beam, but this look it's beautiful. This is a large room. Again, this is 2,307 square feet, but it actually feels a lot bigger. If you take a peek over here, you have your primary room. So one cool thing is you have your primary room over here, and all the secondary bedrooms on this side of the house. Okay, but let's walk around here. Just kind of give you a feeling of how big this is. So big windows throughout this area, even in the kitchen area. But look how big this is. And that's your hallway leading all the way to the great room. So again, here you have your great room. Over here you have your dining room area. And then finally you have your kitchen. So a large island right in the middle. Let's circle around here. Look at all the counter space. So you have all this counter space here, uppers and lowers, farmer's sink, that window by the sink, so you can look out here and daydream. And this is what it would look like if you had guests over entertaining. You're gonna be over here cooking, setting up everything over here, and while your guests are all sitting over here watching TV, you can have more guests here in your dining area, and in front of this island you can seat 3 more people. And again, you have a big island here with a lot of counter space, and you have all the cabinets here. So you have a lot of lowers, More space here behind. These cabinets don't go all the way up. There's a some people like it, some people don't. For me, I prefer it actually to hit the ceiling. I think it's just kind of like wasted space for me. And sometimes to be able to decorate here, that stuff just stays dirty, but that's just me. But some people like that look. You can put lights up here so it can look even nicer at night. But again, that's just my preference. So you have here your stovetop, your oven, microwave, refrigerator. Now, these appliances, the washer, dryer, and refrigerator, typically not included. But the way the market is right now, guys, you can negotiate almost anything here. Okay. You have a pantry here on this side. Let's close that up. And again, it's hard to describe how big this room looks. This whole area is just nice and open. It looks very, very large. But let's go ahead and check out the primary room. So as you come in, you're gonna have your laundry room area here. So you got your washer and dryer, upper cabinets, high ceilings again, even in this area. A linen spot over here. And right before you enter the primary room, look at the way that this opens up too. This opens up really nice. So you have like I'm gonna say it's probably like a king size bed here. You got those big windows. So a good area. Give you a different angle. So this gives you an idea what you can do. Probably be a TV up here. You have your wardrobe chest there. Some seating over here. Nightstands on each side. And I think I pointed out in other videos that this wallpaper, luxury wallpaper, it's coming back. I mean, I'm seeing it a lot more in these new builds, and I think it looks real nice. Never thought I'd see wallpaper again. I just when I think of wallpaper, I think of the stuff back in the 70s and 80s. But these are real nice, really great designs. Here you're gonna have your toilet room area here. If I go back, you're gonna have your double sinks, closet, shower. If you wanted to add a tub, that would be an upgrade. Okay, so a tub would be an upgrade to add here. And then of course you have your walk-in closet. So high ceiling on this, kind of loops around. And that's it, guys. That's the primary room. Now before we end the tour of this single model, let's go check out the backyard. So just remember, you have your guests coming over here. You're gonna be up here entertaining, making food. You have your guests sitting here lounging. And as I say in those other videos, you can always open up this door and have, people out there, walking in and out of the house. Now, I don't know what the fly situation is here, but where I live in Chino, it's pretty bad. Let's see if I can open this. Oop, I have it locked in. Actually, there's no access to the back, guys, so sorry. So let me just show you here through the glass. So again, these are an average lot size of 7,000 square feet. I'm gonna say this is about 7,000 square feet. You can do a lot here with this backyard. You can do a lot. So you got a nice patio slab. So when you guys get these homes, pretty much you're gonna have a patio slab probably up to here as you step up. The rest of the stuff you guys have to use your imagination and do it yourselves. So turf will probably be better to have in the backyard if you guys don't want to do any yard work. Especially out here, guys. One thing it's like a desert up here. It is freaking hot. It is freaking hot. So that completes the tour of this first model, the single story model. Now we're gonna go ahead and take a look at the other one. Now, just to give you guys an idea, I'm gonna talk prices of what they have right now. They have a couple of ones that are quick move-ins, and those were where the deals are at. Okay, guys. So this one here is just under $700,000. Okay, for this property here. But again, I'll discuss that more at the pricing section of this video. All right, guys. All right, quick pause. If this is your first time on this channel, my name is Christian. I help people buy in the Inland Empire at no cost to you. I get calls and texts every week from people who are still years out from buying. That's totally normal. Reach out anyway. My phone number is at the bottom of the screen, so make sure you call. All right, guys, so we're walking over here to the residence 3015. And the 3015 just means the square footage of the home. So it's 3,015 square feet. This one is has 5 bedrooms, a den, a loft, 3 bathrooms, 3-car garage, and of course it's 2-story. It's a beautiful home. Let's go check this one out. Alright, so you have your nice little porch area here. Kind of greet you. And then walk into the home. Alright, so as you first come in, you're going to have this wall here on the side. And when you look to your right, you're going to have your den area. So this den is much larger than the one at the single-story home. This is real nice. Look how big this is. I love the entryway here. Let's circle around here. So here in this den, you can make it, I mean, I would probably make this my office. I mean, you got a nice window here looking at the front to the home. You can have a big desk. You put my stuff here on the side. Nice little desk. You can have your, your printers out here, all your files, or decoratives like they have here with these shelvings too. But real nice. Loving that lamp. All right, so before we get into the great room area, let's step in here to the other rooms. Okay, so as you come in here, you have a guest closet. You have your bathroom number 1. So you got a full shower here, toilet area. You got a single sink. So this is the bathroom where your guests will be coming to use. Okay, and if you ever have guests over, here's a bedroom right next to the bathroom. So this is a good size bedroom. Let's circle around here. So again, you have another full-size bed here, sliding closet doors, high ceiling, a nice luxury vinyl here on the side, and the view here of the backyard. And this one's a lot bigger. So they say that the largest one that they have is 8,000 square feet. I don't know, this one looks bigger. All right, let's step out to the great room area. I think you guys are gonna like the way this looks too. So as you step in, you have your great room area here. Opens up over there to your dining room. Walk towards it. And if you look here to the left, you have a large kitchen. So the kitchen wraps around this large island. Look how big this island is. I don't know if it's bigger than the single-story one or about the same size, but either way, a lot of counter space. So you have, of course, your island. You have all the counter spaces over here. Okay, you got your upper cabinets, lower cabinets. Here are your appliances, your pantry over in that section there. And on this one, again, you don't have a window just right in front of you, but you got the view of the backyard and a view of your guests when you're entertaining. So let's circle around here, the dining room area, and I'll pan out from here. So you see how open it is over here to the great room area. Now the kitchen's a little tucked in here too when you step in here to the left, but it's still nice and open if you did have to entertain. Okay, a lot of windows throughout, so it brings out a lot of that daylight, natural daylight into the home. And it doesn't look like we can go to the backyard on this one either. It looks like it's locked. So let me just show you guys here from the glass. I mean, this is 8,000 square feet. This is big. You can put in the swimming pool here. This is real nice. I love the way this opens. Can you guys picture yourselves here in this kitchen? How would you guys decorate this for Christmas too? Would you put a Christmas tree here? Would you put it here towards the front? Leave it in the comments below. Let me know. All right, one more look at this area before we go upstairs. It's a beautiful home, beautiful home. All right, let's check out the upstairs. If you guys like this kind of stuff here, make sure to subscribe, like the video, hit that notification bell. You'll be alerted every time I put up a new video. So I've been putting up videos once every week, Saturdays at 7 a.m. So if you guys want to be the first to see them, hit that like, subscribe, hit that bell. All right, and this is your loft. This loft is as big as the great room. You're upstairs, the ceilings aren't as high as downstairs, but it's still, this is probably about 7 feet tall. But look at the size of this room. So you have a huge sectional on this side. You can hang a big screen TV over there. Natural lighting. You got your recessed lighting over here. Over here in this section is going to be your primary room, but we're going to check that out lastly, okay? We're going to start with these rooms. All right, let's see this first bedroom here upstairs. So you have your natural lighting there. Big rooms. I mean, I gotta say these are big rooms, and still have the high ceilings up here, so it makes it feel even larger. You have a nice little walk-in closet here. Kind of circles around. Alright, let's walk over here to this section, down this hallway. So you have more linen spots here. Another closet there. You have the laundry room upstairs. So it's a deep laundry room too. It's probably about 7 feet in. Nice counter space here to be able to fold your clothes. You know, be able to put your laundry stuff up here. Detergent. Let's open up this closet. Let's kind of gauge the linen spot here. And then right behind here you have your other bathroom. I actually lost count. I think this is bathroom number 2 or number 3. I'll put it down here below. So full shower, full bathroom, double sinks, and then you have one bedroom here and another one right across. So let's circle around this one. This is the little princess room. Good closet space. Again, you got your big windows out here. Look at the view from here. So you have all these mountains, all these hills. These are all trails too that you can hit if you're a hiker or a mountain bike rider like myself. That seems like a lot of fun. But a good sized room. Let's go across over to the other one. And this one's just as big. It's probably the same size as the one we just left. This one's Audrey's reading room. Pretty good decorations. How much do you guys think it costs to have someone decorate your house like this? Maybe you're a decorator. Leave your information on the comments below. You never know who's watching. Alright, so that's all the secondary bedrooms. So now let's finally make it over to the primary room. Now on this one, guys, you guys are gonna be amazed here by the closet size. The closet is huge here. Okay, so let's walk in. Here is the entrance to the primary room. So it kind of goes all the way behind this wall. Look at all the windows. Windows has an L shape here in this room. You got your high ceiling, and show you guys a different angle. There you go. And then finally we're gonna walk into the primary bathroom. And here you're gonna have your shower. This area can be your tub, if you guys want to add that in. Your toilet room, and finally the closet. Check this out. So you walk in, you got this space, right? You think it's over, but you turn this way and it gets bigger. But you gotta read that sign. It says look around the corner. And look at that. This is one of the better closet spaces I've seen in most of the videos that I've actually posted. I've been impressed with some of them, but this one is actually really, really big. Really, really impressive too. A lot of space here. Who would get this room, do you think? You think the wife or the husband? But very cool, guys. Well, that's the end of this tour for this model. Let me know what you guys think. Which one did you guys like? Do you guys prefer the single story, which are hard to find? Or do you guys like the two-story? I know it's gonna all depend too on how big your family is. I mean, if you're a family with three, 4 kids, it'll probably have to be this two-story home. But if it was a smaller family, maybe 1 or 2 kids, that single story, the single story would be amazing to have. Perfect size. But alright guys, let's get into the pricing, okay? So I'll see you guys on the next section of this video. Alright guys, so we made it here to the pricing section of this video. So let's go ahead and jump into the pricing, okay? So as I mentioned, they have 3 floor plans here. They only feature 2 models. The only one that was not featured as a model here was the multi-gen one, which is, like I mentioned before, the one that was actually wanting to see. Now the square footage on that multi-gen actually falls in the middle of the single story and the 2-story that we just saw, okay? So before we get into it, let's go over the residence one. I'll call it residence one, but it's actually residence 2307, which is the actual living space, okay? So that one's 1 story, again, 2,307 square feet. There's 4 bedrooms, a den, 3 bathrooms, 2-car garage. And again, guys, for you guys, it's a lot of these homes have RV parking. So if you're the type of family that has that, maybe even boats too, these lot sizes here, there's enough to cover an RV and or a boat, okay? So they have 1 quick moving right now for the single story home, okay? So that'd be a lot 390, okay? And that one's right now listed at $698,625, okay? That's a quick move in right now. And let's go over the plan 2. So the residence 2 is the one that we didn't see. So that's the multi-gen. That one has, or is, 2,946 square feet. It's a 2-story home, 5 bedrooms, 4 baths, 2-car garage. It includes that multi-gen suite. It has its own private entrance, its own suite living, the kitchenette, a bedroom, and the bathroom. So that one, they have 1 quick move-in, and it's priced at $775,990. Okay, but think about what you're getting: 5 bedrooms, 4 baths. You have the multi-gen suite, which has its own living room, its own kitchenette, its own bedroom and bathroom, for $775,990. I don't think it's bad. Okay, finally we're gonna see the last model. So it's the second one that we saw in this video today, and that one is residence 3015. Okay, so it's a 2-story, 3,015 square feet, 5 bedrooms, a den. You got a loft, that large loft upstairs. Bathrooms, remember in that primary bathroom too, when you walk into that closet, that large closet, L-shaped closet, and also a 3-car garage. Okay, so that one, they have one that's available too right now for a quick move-in for $767,990. Okay, and that's the plan 3015. And as I mentioned earlier in the video, this is a collection of 128 spacious homes. You have a mix of the single story and 2-story detached single family homes. They're featuring here 3 floor plans between 2,307 square feet all the way up to 3,015 square feet. I mentioned to you guys already that the average lot size is about 7,000 square feet. They have stuff all up to like 8,000 square feet. The elevations, which is the style of the home, they have a Spanish style, a traditional, and your Craftsman exterior architectural. Okay. More than half of the home sites here that are featured have oversized lots, so it's ideal for the RV parking or to park your boats. Now let's talk about the community. The community here has a planned valley-wide park. Here you'll find amenities that include walking trails, playgrounds, pickleball courts, basketball courts, soccer fields, a baseball field, and some picnic tables. If you guys wanted to secure a home here, you would need to leave a $5,000 earnest money deposit. It's your EMD. The best thing about here is what you guys have been putting all over my comments on all of my videos is the HOA, how much you guys hate the HOAs. This one has no HOAs, so I don't know what you can complain about on this one. The homes are beautiful. The prices are of an average of what you see here in California, but this same home, if you're buying a home here, these are like in the 700s, right? So this same home out in the area where I live in Chino or in Chino Hills, these are easily $1 million homes with the lot size that you're getting here too. But just remember, you guys wanted to see no HOAs, so I'm showing you a home with no HOAs, a community with no HOAs. They do have a Melrose, okay? So the special tax here is about 1.9. That's your total tax rate. I had it here somewhere. I lost it, but that's going to be your total tax rate. And again, the Melrose covers like the master plan community, okay? That's going to be your parks, fire stations, police stations, stuff like that helps the community. All these homes come with solar panels, okay? So that's something to know. It doesn't show me here what the company is for the solar company, but you always have an option of either to buy these, and they're typically between $20,000 to $30,000, or you can lease these out, which is called a PPA, and these typically range between $110 to $220 is what I've seen. They don't list it here on the price sheet that they given me here, but that's typically what they go for. All right, so let's talk about the schools here. This community is currently served by the Menifee Union School District and Paris Union High School Districts. So the elementary school here is Sally Busselt Elementary School. Your middle school is Bell Mountain Middle School. And your high school is Liberty High School. And finally, before I forget, how could I forget this? Your incentives. What are your incentives here? When you guys come visit new construction homes, if they have stuff called standing inventory or quick move-ins, they want to get rid of those as fast as possible. So a lot of these are always going to have bigger incentives. So right now they have these three that I mentioned. So the incentives here are going to be, and they're pretty big. So they're offering 4.99% 30-year fix for FHA, conventional, or VA. Guys, we're hovering somewhere about 6 to 6.5% right now. To buy down that rate to 4.99%, that's a cost of about $30,000. Okay, so they're pretty much it's a $30,000 incentive. Plus, they're going to be helping you out with $7,500 towards your closing costs on top of that. Okay, and if you are in the military, police officer, firefighter, they have something called the Hero Program. So in the Hero Program, you get an extra $1,500. So towards your closing costs. So you have $7,500 that they're offering anybody, and an extra $1,500 for your Hero Program. Okay, so it's going to be your firefighters, medical, military, all that stuff. Okay, paramedics. So you guys get an extra $1,500, which is awesome. Okay, so with that extra $1,500, that makes it $9,000 in closing costs help, plus the 4.99 30-year fix, plus no HOAs. This is what you guys have been looking for. Anyways, that covers the pricing section of this video. I hope you guys enjoy the homes. Let me know in the comments below which home you like better. Which kitchen did you like better? I'm actually here in the single story home. When I'm comparing both, like something for my family would be the single story home, I'm sorry. But also, this is probably my favorite plan of the two models that they showed. I just love the way this whole section here opens up. But let me know in the comments below. All right, so if any of these looks like your next move, my info is on the screen right now and in the description. Call, text, email, whatever is easiest for you. And seriously, I hear from people like you every single week who tell me they're still 2 to 3 years out from buying. that's completely fine. Reach out anyway. I'd rather help you now plan for the future. If you want to see the next no HOA community I find, it'll be linked right here. I'll see you guys on the next video.